So now if we look at the counter argument, okay?
Yes.
There was a lot of saying that it's inaccurate and overly optimistic, and let me just tick off a few of the things that have been said.
Oh, please do.
Okay, and then you can
Please do.
answer. Okay, so the reasoning is, from the other point of view, is that there'll be a decrease in millage, and therefore a loss of revenue to Ann Arbor of $5 million. Therefore, a reduction in services, and this service reduction produces a reduction in expenses. Therefore, there's a loss from the state operating assistance, one of those things that you said is an overall the state gives us money, of $1.5 million, because the state gives money based on expenses, and there'll be a reduction in expenses, so a reduction from the state. Furthermore, furthermore, the reduction in services causes a loss of 25% in fares. I don't know where the 25% came from, which is a little over $1 million. And so Ann Arbor would lose in quantity and quality of service. So the argument is that actually we'll have less money and try to do more. Okay, you tick it off and.
Oh, sure. Is the handout still up on the screen?
Oh, yeah. Well, they'll put it back up.
Okay.
They'll put the yes, it's up. Yes.
Okay. As you can see, there is more money, not less money. Okay.
Yes.
How can there be any reduction in service when there's more money and not less money? Basically, unfortunately, I think what I did is I disturbed staff, AATA staff, by putting this out, and I think they're very nervous about losing their perpetual millage. Okay. I think the report was an incorrect overreaction, and rather than get into I said, he said, right, there's another way to deal with this. And I think the best way to deal with this is bring in an outside third party who's a skilled financial analyst, or hire a competent, experienced CFO for the AATA. The AATA does not have a CFO. Okay. And because it doesn't, it lacks financial analytical capabilities, among other things. So rather than do it, I said, he said, we've had our exchange. Let's bring in an experienced, responsible party and sort this thing out.
One thing they do say is that your $7 million in revenue, the increase to $7 million in revenue, is overly optimistic. So my question is, what is your worst case scenario on your plan? I mean, if we don't get the $7 million, if it comes in at $5 million,
This was my worst case scenario.
Oh, this is your worst case scenario.
Yes. Oh yeah, I think I think the numbers here would be on the countywide side would be even better than what I put out there. I thought my numbers were actually fairly conservative.
Oh, well, that's very interesting. I wasn't. That's very good to know. So
I'm kind of conservative, so I took what I consider to be a conservative approach.